everybody, and welcome to Women Changing Our World.
Morning.
I am Kelly.
I'm Jamie.
And we are here on this rainy, dreary Monday cold morning in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Yuck. It is pouring, raining.
It's disgusting.
I told Kelly before I slept with the window open. Didn't realize. Woke up to a North Pole type scenario.
Hey.
None of the dogs slept in my bed last night. I'm pretty sure they were all freezing. So I woke up just alone. Alone. Ryan was downstairs. All the dogs were downstairs. I'm just alone, freezing.
Freezing your patukas off. I know. We have Christina from Baking Memories for Kids, which is like my all-time favorite nonprofit.
Yes.
I've been supporting them and working with them for years and years and years.
Yes.
So Christina's going to come on and tell us about Baking Memories for Kids and how it's like changing kids and these families' lives. So I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I attempted to make a vegan veggie loaf.
I saw the pics. I'm glad I was at my house and not your house.
It was very bad. I cut it open.
It looked bad.
I cut it open. It all oozed out. I was like,
No.
bean volcano? No.
So what did you end up eating?
I had some Brussels sprout, a little sweet potato.
Okay.
Yeah. It was very uneventful. I did make a pumpkin pie, though.
Okay.
I did make a pumpkin pie. That was pretty good.
And you ate the pie? That has carbs, Jamie.
I did.
You are a no-carber.
I made it with dates. The crust was dates. So I had a little slice and then threw the rest in the garbage.
Your dogs were like, I'm not even eating.
Damn it. How was your Thanksgiving? Yours looked really good.
My Thanksgiving was delicious. My husband is like an amazing turkey roaster.
How do men have that?
I don't know. I don't know.
Skill.
My mom made like all the sides. They were delish.
Yeah.
But I usually have like 50 people over at my house for Thanksgiving because I invite all my friends and like their whole families and their in-laws. And so this year was like kind of nice that it was quiet.
Yeah.
It was a lot less stressful because we weren't feeding like 50 people. We even broke out the fine china.
Oh. You're like, there's not enough people here to ruin shit. I'm going to get that out. That'll be good for this year. Right.
Yes.
Do you know, you're the second person that told me they took out their fine china.
I mean, I think it's the second time I've used it since I've been married, and I've been married for 16 years.
Isn't it funny how when you get married, you ask for china?
Because I guess it's like what you would never buy it for yourself. I don't know. I got married like super young. I think I was like 23. My mom's like, you have to get the china, you have to get the nice silverware, you have to get the bedding, the towels. I'm like, why? I'm 23. Like, can you give me cash?
And you're going to be shining the silver? Like, you're like, hold on, Jamie, just buffing the silver.
No, I'm never going to do that.
I once, funny story, I remember when I bought my first house, I was like the same age. I was probably like 23.
Right.
And I bought my house, and my mom was like, we have to get you china. You need china for your new house.
Ridiculous.
And I went to Macy's in Richmond, and I said, I'm looking for china. And they said, congratulations on your wedding. That's amazing. And I was like, I'm not getting married. And she was like, why would you need china?
I agree.
I was like, don't you have any like single girl, hell yeah, buying a house kind of china? She was like, we don't sell that here. I was like, okay.
No, so I walked in. My mom's house is lovely. Everything has a place. It's beautifully decorated. Her china is beautiful.
Goal.
Yada yada. I walk in at 23. I'm like, what's the plainest china you have? Like, what's the least old lady china? My mom's like, Kelly.
China is so funny.
I don't know. Let's move on. China's boring. No one wants to hear us talk about China.
China's funny.
In the news.
I prefer the paper china. You know, like
I throw it out. No, since the start of quarantine, every time I order groceries, I order like the largest quantity of paper plates. If anyone uses a real plate in my house, I'm like, why are you using a real plate? Like, who's going to wash that?
Right.
Like, throw out the real plate. Like,
no one has
I'm not
time.
doing it. And this morning, even Rory was like, Mom, we're out of plates. I was like, how are we out of plates? She was like, the ones you only let us use, the throwaway ones.
Our real plates, Mom. We have the other plates, but the paper ones, the real ones we're out of.
Oh, okay. More good football.
Oh, yes.
Well, a lot of teams couldn't play.
Yes.
Because of COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, that sucks. Sorry for you. But Vandy, Sarah Fuller.
Yes.
This is a crazy story. I don't know if you guys saw this. So she was the soccer goalie for the women's team. Mm-hmm. Something happened with the kicker. Last minute, they needed a kicker. So her coach called her and was like, the football team needs a kicker. Like, could you do it? She was like, oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
So she suited up, She got one kick in the game. She was the first woman to play in a Power 5 football game.
Whoa.
Vanderbilt against Missouri. She did a 30-yard kick. So you rock.
That is amazing.
I know it. I know.
Good for her.
I know. Hey, before we bring Christina on, I want to give you a little background. I don't know if you know this.
Oh, what? Tell me.
So I found Baking Memories for Kids like a very fluke way. So my family owns franchises of Panera. Mm-hmm. One of our old general managers who moved away and did a different career, she was an EMT and a firefighter. She's awesome. Her name is Janice. She posted on her Facebook page that her friend Frank was starting this nonprofit called Baking Memories for Kids. And he took his own money and sent one family to Disney. Okay. I saw it. I reached out to her. I was like, who's this Frank guy? Like, this sounds cool. We have been partnering with Frank for the rest of his families he has sent.
Oh,
so years and years, and Frank and I have become such close family friends. We even go to Disney. He even comes to Disney with my family.
That's so fun.
So I love it. But Christina is never in front of the camera, who we have on today. I know you are nervous, Christina. You are amazing. I love you. I've worked with you for years.
Do not be nervous,
She
Christina.
is the behind-the-scenes lady. The one that like really makes it all come together and happen and finds these amazing families. So I hope you guys are liking and sharing the show. And let's get Christina.
Yes, we have a couple of people watching. So good morning, Danielle. Hi,
Good
everyone.
morning.
Good morning, everyone. So Christina is amazing. We're going to get her on. Hope you guys are tuning in. Their organization is amazing.
Baking Memories for Kids. They have their website. They have a Facebook page. Please like and share it.
And all the people they send to
Kim is already saying Frank and Christina are amazing. Love Baking Memories for Kids.
Yay.
I know. So we're calling Christina.
We are going to call
these are the cookies they sell, and all the profits go to these families.
I want to taste it.
Okay, can you have a cookie?
Hi!
Hi, Christina!
Did you just say you wanted to taste the cookies?
Yes. I'm like dying to taste
They're
the cookie.
delicious.
I am not supposed to have any like gluten or anything, but I'm good at I need a bite.
Yeah, we're showing everybody.
You have to try them. You can't talk about them without trying them.
We'll eat them. I mean, listen, I'll eat them all day.
You're a girl after my own heart.
I know. So, Christina, for everyone that's watching that maybe isn't familiar with you or my favorite organization called Baking Memories for Kids, tell us a little bit about who you are, what you do, and why you are so amazing.
Well, thank you. Okay, that's a great intro. I don't know if I can live up to that. But
You can.
Basically, Baking Memories for Kids is a nonprofit that basically takes care of children around the country by providing them with amazing memories, and those memories are centered around, I think you guys were talking about it earlier, Walt Disney World, but not just Walt Disney World, all of the Florida theme parks in Orlando, Florida. And it's not even the theme parks that make it special.
Right.
We help children with life-threatening illnesses, and a lot of them have mobility issues and issues that revolve around their conditions that limit their normal access to things that we take for granted every day. But we are fortunate that there is a facility down in Orlando that is designed for kids like ours, that they're able to go on rides right at the resort that wheelchairs can actually access. Like, you can actually go on a swing ride and hook your wheelchair in and go with your siblings and have your first swing on not a normal swing, but in a
I have like chills thinking about this. That's
Christina,
amazing.
when I was at Disney with Frank, we went to go see Give Kids the World. Jamie, I will tell you, so they all stay in these little, like their own cottages, like their own little houses.
And they look like cupcakes and stuff.
They look like, it's a cupcake house?
Oh, it's
yes. They have an ice cream parlor, right, Christina, that's open like 24 hours a day.
It's open from sunup to sundown, and kids can actually have ice cream for breakfast, which is like unheard of. And again, like,
right?
My kids are like, can I have ice cream for breakfast? I'm like, no. but yes, I mean, they have handicap assisted horseback riding. They have a playground that's shaped like Candyland, and the kids are the pieces. Like, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
But it's only Wish Kids. So what's more amazing about it, besides all the facilities and all the great stuff that they have, the kids that they're around are like kids like them. And parents are like, it's amazing. They can go to breakfast and nobody like looks twice at them.
Aww.
Which, again, we don't think about. But even when people are trying to be polite, sometimes you can't help but, give a little sideward glance because the child is different.
Yeah.
Or not acting as what we would consider quote unquote normal. But in this environment, these kids, this is normal, and it's amazing. Like, it gives kids the opportunity for 1 week to put aside all their illnesses, not have to worry about doctor's appointments, not have to worry about where the money comes from, because our cookie sales, which you're going to be eating it later, finance most of our trips. And they don't have to worry about anything. No cost, no doctors, no limitations. The theme parks themselves, they offer these experiences for these kids that you can't buy. They get to cut lines. They get one-on-one experiences with hands-on, well, prior to COVID, I don't know.
Yeah.
With the princesses, they get special spots for when they have fireworks and parades and all these things that normal people couldn't buy on a ticket. Because, you know what, for that one day, these kids get a leg up, and that's awesome.
Oh, that's amazing. I have to try not to cry.
Oh,
you know
Christina,
how I feel about
I told you beforehand, Jamie is a crier. She cries all the time.
I love this so much. What a beautiful thing to do for kids. Like, what a beautiful, and their families. Like, it is, you're right, it is so expensive to go to Disney.
No, it's crazy expensive. And Baking Memories for Kids pays from the beginning of the trip to the very end. Airfare, everything.
Airfare for the entire family. And if that child requires a nurse, we'll send the nurse too. So we get round-trip airfare for the entire immediate family. They get a car for their use the entire time they're there. And if they need a wheelchair lift van, we give that to them too.
Oh my gosh.
Stay at that amazing resort, and they charge us a very small fee. But their meals are there. There's handicap-assisted everything in the facility. So, like, their countertops are shorter. Their walkways are larger, so kids can feel free to access it no matter what. Yeah. And then all the theme parks, all the meals, everything is covered. And the beauty of it, they get to pick and choose whatever they want to do. So say your kid is a little bit older and Magic Kingdom is not for them, they can go to Universal Studios for 2 days and do all the Harry Potter stuff. Or they can go to Legoland and ride the roller coasters. Or, you know what, maybe theme parks are not their thing and they like to go to NASA and go watch a space shuttle lift. We can do that too. Or we can go to Clearwater and go to the aquarium. Whatever they want to do based on their desires. Basically, it's free to them. There's no reservations required. So if it's weather and you know what, today I don't really want to go because it's going to be bad weather, let's do something else. Okay, no problem.
So before COVID, how often were you sending kids to Disney? How often does this happen?
It happens basically. What the good thing about us is we let the parents choose. So in February, March, April, when it's moderate weather and a lot of their regular abled children are out of school, we would send kids 3-4 a week.
Wow, that many.
And Frank, tell them how Frank surprises these families personally that get these trips.
Absolutely. Like, one of the beautiful things about Baking Memories for Kids is we're a small foundation. And I mean small foundation. I run the administration. Frank, who you're speaking of, is my cousin. And Frank not only does the production of the cookies and mails them all out, but what he truly gets from the foundation is he travels, prior to COVID, travels around the country. And we surprise the kids. A lot of times at their own homes. We get the fire trucks out, and he shows up at the house with a 3-foot Mickey Mouse, baskets of cookies.
Oh and my gosh!
We show up, and from the moment the kids understand that they're going on this trip, we want to make great memories from day one all the way through, because they don't have those great memories.
That's
I was
amazing.
talking to Kelly about this earlier. You know, right now the country is going through COVID. And in some fashion, whether it be financially, emotionally, physically, your kids are home, you can't do what you want to do, you can't travel, all the things that we consider normal in our lives has kind of been abruptly stopped. And we've all influenced. And it's like, oh, God, I really want to get back to normal. Well, if you think about it, this is how our families feel every day, prior to COVID and after COVID. We have light at the end of the tunnel as normal, people without children with illnesses. That once this is on the wayside, we can go back to our everyday lives. Well, our families, this is their everyday lives. Like, they're not going to get that reprieve. But Baking Memories for Kids gives them 1 week.
Aww.
1 week of what we as normal Americans right now are like, thriving and craving for to get back to, we can give it for them for 1 week.
Aww.
And that to me is an amazing opportunity that these kids deserve. You know,
Yes.
I just, and then, but yes, Frank travels around the country. He surprises these kids. And unfortunately with COVID, we have to keep their safety in mind. So we really can't do this year. So a lot of our surprises are going to be through Zoom and through other virtual means. But they're still getting their Mickey Mouse and they're still getting their cookies.
So cute. What a
So,
great
Christina,
idea.
tell us about you. How did you get involved in Baking Memories for Kids, and what is your everyday duties? What do you do for the organization? I said duty.
Duty. So basically, when Frank decided he wanted to do this back in 2012, and again, Frank's my cousin, he had this great idea, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. But everybody has great ideas, and they never really come to fruition. But if you knew my cousin, you know it's going to happen. He's going to do one way or the other. But he really didn't have a whole lot of help. So initially, I'm like, you know what? Let me see if I can get donations. Let's contact some flour companies. Let's contact the chocolate chip people. Because we're going to bake these cookies from scratch, and the only way we're going to get the materials is by buying them. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And that didn't go over well.
Oh no, Nestle wasn't like chips for all. No?
No.
I would love for them to give us a coupon. So Nestle's, if you're listening,
Yes. Nestle's,
yeah.
Hershey's, what up? We need some chips.
Anybody with chocolate chips, flour,
Yeah.
eggs, butter.
We contacted all the flour companies, and no lie, I got a hold of somebody in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and they're like, sure, we'll help you out. I'm like, how much flour do you need? I'm like, 3,000 pounds of flour, possibly, but I'll take whatever you can get. And then it was crickets.
They were like, no. Wait, what's that flour brand? Gold something.
Gold seal.
Gold medal.
Gold medal.
Gold medal. I use your flour.
And all these people who don't give me donations, I don't know. No, but we basically, that was how I started, was just basically trying to figure out a way to ease the cost. Because our biggest cost is baking the cookies. I mean, we have to basically buy all the ingredients. We don't have any labor costs for them because it's all volunteers.
Right.
But it does cost us to actually bake cookies. So that's our biggest cost. So I figured if we could figure out a way to eliminate that cost, I was going to try. So I started with just basically as a volunteer, writing letters. And again, keep in mind, we were a fledgling foundation. So I don't blame a lot of the people who turned us down because we hadn't done anything yet. We had no track record. I'm sure there's plenty of fly-by-night foundations that are looking for things that never actually materialize. So I don't necessarily fault them back in 2013.
I was on board in 2013, FYI, flour company.
But the good thing I did find was the facility that we bake at, which is a vocational school in Rockland, New York. I found a gentleman online who runs a program for children at the school and he has a kitchen. And we reached out to him, and thankfully that's how we found where we bake. And it developed a wonderful relationship with them. So my letters did eventually materialize something for us. And then after a while, it no longer became about helping my cousin. Once you talk to these families, and I've talked to hundreds and hundreds of families, some of which have been approved, some of which have not been approved, because, initially we took calls from everybody. So I would be getting nominations for kids who weren't ill, but maybe had a traumatic experience in their life, or whose parents were ill. Now, they don't necessarily qualify for our foundation, but Frank and I did not want to be the kind of people who did not continue to reach out to people. We didn't want to be the guy who behind the counter who just writes you a decline letter.
Right.
I would still call them, and I would hear their stories, and I would unfortunately have to tell them, you don't technically qualify, but if I had an opportunity for them to try something else, I would offer avenues.
Okay,
for them
Christina,
to look
while we're on that topic, who does
Sure.
qualify? What kind of children
Great
qualify
question.
for the people that are watching? They might have a family member or a neighbor or someone that their kids go to school with. So who qualifies for these trips?
It's very simple. For the most part, children between the ages of 3 and 18, and that's with a caveat, and I can tell you about that later.
Sure.
They have to have a life-threatening and or terminal illness, and that's something different from any other WISH organization. I didn't go to medical school, so I can't tell you what a life-threatening illness is. So we provide our families with a document. If they bring it to their doctor, and the doctor says, yes, this is a life-threatening illness, We don't question that.
Right.
Because, again, I don't treat your child.
Right.
I don't know their personal experience. I didn't go to medical school, so who am I to say this child does not have a life-threatening illness? So there's a lot of illnesses out there that some people don't consider life-threatening. Some organizations say, no.
Right.
We don't. As long as a doctor tells us, yes, this is a life-threatening illness, and I'll give you for an example. Down syndrome. Down syndrome itself is a life-altering condition. It means that they're going to have a wonderful life. It's just going to be a little different than maybe you or me.
Sure.
However, some of their conditions include heart condition. Mm-hmm. Well, the heart condition is a life-threatening illness. Or, for another instance, type 1 diabetes. A lot of other organizations do not see type 1 diabetes children as having a life-threatening illness. If your doctor tells us it's life-threatening, because again, if your insulin pump fails,
right.
if something goes on, you couldn't get your medication, and it's heartbreaking.
Right.
When you hear, I talked to a father in the Midwest who was type 1 diabetic, and his son was type 1 diabetic. And his insurance only covered enough insulin to sustain one of them for the full month.
That is ridiculous.
So by the third week of the month,
right.
the dad had to forego taking his insulin.
No.
So that way his son could live.
No.
And basically said, I'm like, what do you do in the meantime? He's like, I really watch my diet and I pray.
Oh,
could you imagine?
God.
Okay, we're getting some comments in. Everyone is loving your organization.
Okay, hold on a second. One more thing. You got to have one more qualification. And then the final qualification to be able to qualify is that this has to be your one and only wish. There are plenty of other wish organizations out there that may have provided you something in the past. If that is the case, we need to open the doors for as many kids to experience wishes as possible. Mm-hmm. So this has to be their one and only wish.
That's fair.
I think that is really fair.
I do.
I'm going to read this beautiful comment. So this is coming in from Kim. Kim said, my kids will never forget. I'm going to cry.
Jamie's always crying.
All Frank and Christina have done, as well as all the volunteers and staff that give kids the world. It was an amazing week of worry-free, and my kids were always so excited. We couldn't have done this without Baking Memories for Kids, a lifetime of memories.
That's for Kim and Jimmy. I know her. Hello, Kim. She's one of the great things about this organization. We've surprised over 200 children at this point since 2000.
Get you, bravo!
I know.
That's pretty awesome.
That is awesome.
And I love my families. I get to know them. Some of them are my personal friends on Facebook. We follow along with their kids. We cry with their challenges. Aww. And we celebrate their triumphs. And I want to know, a few of our families right now are really struggling, and some of them had some setbacks lately, and I'm not going to mention names, but they know who they are, and I want them to know that they are in our hearts and our prayers, especially this holiday season. And I give them so much credit because I don't know how parents put up with what they put up with on a daily basis. That's why I stayed with Baking Memories for Kids. That's why every day I wake up and I put my computer on and I try to help as best I can. When you talk to a family and you hear, who sleeps in their bed with their child every night so that they can make sure they're breathing, or who's going to lose their child by the end of this year because they've exhausted all of the medical options and there's just none left. It really puts your life in a perspective. Like right now, my 11-year-old's upstairs in some kind of middle school class. And I'm sure I probably yelled at him maybe 2 times already today about getting our teeth. And I realized, how fortunate I am. I don't have to worry about, is he going to wake up tomorrow? I don't have to worry about, I can plan for his future. I can, think about his college and him getting married and having children of his own one day. And there are families out there who just hope that there's a tomorrow.
Right, and this trip that you guys are sending them on is truly a trip of a lifetime. A, because of medical reasons, they might not be able to physically go on the trip, and B, financially to be able to go on this. So for them to have the pictures and the memories as their child, hopefully gets better, but maybe declines, I think, is a gift more than a trip. Right?
Sure.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a vacation. When you talk to these families, and first of all, keep in mind, when a child is ill, it doesn't just affect the child. it affects the entire family. The whole family dynamic is different.
Right.
I hear about siblings all the time who are the most wonderful siblings, but they are kids and they want mom and dad's attention.
Right.
And they want to be able to afford to do things and go places. And they have a sick sibling and who's taking up all their parents' time. And they struggle with the being selfish, because all kids are selfish and wanting mom and dad and then feeling guilty because they know that their brother or sister need them. This trip allows them to really enjoy each other and do things that they normally wouldn't be able to do. And we've had families, and it's heartbreaking, but we've had families where this is all they have left of their kids.
Right.
This is all that maybe their 3 or 4 year old sibling will have a memory, is these pictures and the videos from this trip of their brother or sister who's passed. We actually interviewed a family. One of the reasons why I said a caveat about the 3 to 18.
Right.
Because we are so small, we have the ability to bend some rules along the way to help families out, which is great. We had a family come to us. The child was 2. Other wish organizations
I remember this.
can't bend, so 3 is their minimum. And they came to us and they said, "Can you do something for us? Our child has a life expectancy of 3. And right now, he's mobile, and he's still a little 2-year-old. But within 6 months, I don't know what that's going to be like." And Frank contacted some people. We pulled some strings, and we sent him at 2. Within 6 months of him going on his trip, he no longer lost the ability to move. He was hooked up to machines. And a little bit over his 3rd birthday, he passed.
Oh, gosh.
And the mom was like, we watch the videos, we look at the pictures all the time. And my daughter, who was 2 at the time, when we went on the trip, because she's adopted all these kids, so that explains, now has memories of her little brother.
Right.
That she would never have had. Because think about it, do you really have many memories from when you're 2? But by having these pictures, talking about these memories, and talking about the experiences that you did, and looking at the videos and hearing him laugh, it reminds you of his voice, and it reminds you of who he was, and it's a blessing to us that we can give this to a family. Right. Because otherwise, that's the only memories that they're going to have. A lot of them are within the 4 walls of a hospital.
What an amazing, this is literally incredible. What you guys are doing is amazing.
Yeah, so people are wanting to know, how much do the cookies cost? Where can they get them?
Oh, okay.
And when can we try them? Kelly,
I'll try them now.
is what I'm talking about.
I need the cookies. They are on sale right now. They're only available from like November 1st through the end of the year.
Kelly's eating a cookie in front of me, by the way, not to cut you off, Christina, but she's eating the cookies in front of me, not even sharing with me as she's stuffing it in her mouth. Okay, continue, please, Christina.
So they are only available from November 1st through the end of the year. So we have a very limited time when we really can fundraise. So the money that we raise right now is going to determine how many families we're going to be able to approve next year. They are $29.99, and it's free shipping across the country. If you buy 4 containers of cookies, we charge you only $99.96, but they have to send to one location for free. You buy them right on the website, www.bm4k.com. And it's very simple. The letter B, the M, the number 4K.
Christina, these are delicious.
No, they're amazing.
Delicious.
So that is a recipe he has perfected since he was a child.
Right. Okay. And so, how many tins of cookies or boxes of cookies do you have to send a family, or how much does it cost on average to send a family?
An average family costs us $7,500 to send on this trip, and you couldn't pay for that in real life. So if you want to do the math, right. It's going to cost us over So if it's, I'm not even quick enough.
I'm not either. So, but it costs that much. So guys, go out there and buy hundreds of dollars worth of cookies. I promise you they're delicious. And delicious. Frank and Christina are really sending you these cookies as a gift because of your donation.
Right. When Frank started the foundation, he did not want to be just one of those organizations that asked for donations. Number one, didn't know where it was going to. or two, stand outside of a supermarket shaking a can. Like, he wanted it to provide you a thank you gift. He's like, you know what? People are spending this money and helping these children. I want to send them a thank you. He's made these cookies since he was a kid. And he has given them as basically presents to his business clients over the years. And they love them so much that they were like, we're going to be in Florida for the holidays. Can you send them down there?
Oh.
So he's like, you know what? We'll bake the cookies. We'll give them as thank yous. And people can make donations, and we'll be able to send hundreds of kids.
What a beautiful feel-good gift.
Like, no, and I have been able to be a part, and see Frank and Christina surprise these families at some of our Panera locations. And the families and the neighbors that come to these, surprises. I am not a crier. You know that, Jamie. I stand in the back and boo-hoo.
I couldn't be. I would be.
And I'm not crying because I'm sad.
Right.
I'm crying because I'm so happy for these families and so grateful for you, Christina, and what Frank does and what your organization does, that they care. In this day and age, people need to care about one another, and you guys are really going above and beyond to care for people that you don't even know.
Well, it's the beauty of a foundation, though, is that so many of the kids come right out of the communities that raise the money. We've made commitments to corporations and to places like Panera Bread who do a roundup program for us, that if you raise the money in your community, we'll send a family from that community. So that way you can see firsthand. We'll show you pictures of the surprises. We'll show you pictures of them on their trip. We'll give you, periodic updates. So you know firsthand. It's not like, I think they're doing good work, and I think it's making a difference. No, you will see from step one all the way through what a difference you're making. And you will know, you can nominate a friend, a family member, a coworker, somebody from your religious organization, and watch what your contributions to this foundation can really do. And again, it's not just a trip. And if people who think it's just a trip, it's not a trip. It's memories. It's truly, we are making memories for these families that
you are literally baking memories.
Yeah.
What an amazing, guys, when you're thinking about getting gifts for the holidays and things like that, everyone is getting cookies for their table. If you're celebrating Christmas with your family, for your kids, get a box of cookies.
Amazon delivery guy,
get a box
teacher,
of cookies and give back.
Neighbor.
This is really, really important.
Do it. And if you want to visit one of my Panera locations, we are currently rounding up, and all of that change that you guys donate goes to Baking Memories for Kids. And if you have somebody in mind here in Virginia, please nominate them. And hopefully our donation to Baking Memories for Kids through Panera and from you, the community, will be able to send somebody locally. So stop by and donate.
Right on your show. But wouldn't it be awesome for us to have a family locally on your show?
They are invited, absolutely.
That would be amazing.
So everybody watching, please share and like the show. Get the word out of Baking Memories for Kids. Order the cookies. We created a donation button on our Women Changing Our World Facebook page. Jamie and I have already donated $50. So please, please, please help us in raising those funds as well.
Yeah. And check out their website. It's Baking Memories for Kids, the number 4. So Baking Memories, the number 4kids.com.
You can go to their website. You can see the videos. You can actually see the surprises.
Yeah.
They're not hiding behind some curtain and pretending they're something they aren't. I personally know them. I stand by this organization. I love them. We love Frank. We love you. And
with us, every little penny counts. Keep in mind, $7,500 sends a family. That's not a whole lot of money. I mean, thank you to Panera, because Kelly's organization has actually sent 35 families.
Wow. Look at that.
So, and we have actually a couple for next year. But
oh, you'll get there.
I have to wait until the spring to announce them. So the parents know who they are, the kids do not. But
yes,
we are looking forward to it. But yes, it's we are such as, how can I put this? We are a small foundation that does a lot of good with a lot of little money. We don't have a large administration. I run the administration from my house. Prior to COVID, after COVID, we don't want office places. There are other organizations out there that do amazing things that have paved the way for us, but they have chapters all over the world.
And their CEOs are making millions. I can tell you, Christina and Frank are not making millions.
We are definitely not.
Definitely not.
Frank converted his basement to be our shipping and receiving department.
So how many?
He put a conveyor belt in his basement to be shipping and receiving.
Tell everyone how many cookies you make a year. And I know a fun fact about Baking Memories, you guys hit a Guinness Book of World Records, didn't you?
Yes, we did. Last December, we baked, now you're putting me on the spot. I think
Jamie
it's 2018,
Yep.
I believe. Cookies in 1 hour. We are the Guinness Book World Record holder for the most cookies baked in 1 hour. And when we tell you baked, we start from cracking the eggs, mixing the flour, getting the butter. It's from scratch that we.
And you have the Yankees. The Yankees players come and even help you guys bake these cookies.
In 2015, I nominated Frank for the Hope Award that year, and we were luckily selected. And the team and the coaches and Jennifer Steinbrenner came up, and we surprised Frank at the bakery up at that facility in Bosse's, and we baked with the Yankees. And that was, and then the better part though is they were able to provide a family a trip, and they surprised the child at Yankee Stadium, and they threw out the first pitch.
Oh my gosh!
And I know it's an experience he'll never forget. I was just more happy that we were able to surprise a local fan, this little boy.
That is amazing.
I know.
I'm so glad I didn't help you, because I would be at the end of the conveyor
Eating the cookies and crying.
letting the
Eating
cookies
and
fall
crying.
into my mouth. I
Eating
eat
and
all the
crying.
profits, so please do not hire me.
No,
I love your
people-
organization so much, though.
I'll give you one of the perks. Being a volunteer, they do get to eat the rejects.
Oh, tell me more. I do like the rejected cookies.
The reject cookies, the ones that are a little bit burnt or maybe a little cracked, they get to munch on those, again, prior to COVID.
Yes.
Well, Christina, you guys are the best. Baking Memories for the Kids is best. And we love you, and we will keep supporting you and keep posting things. So thank you for coming on. We love you.
Happy holidays. to
Happy
everyone.
holidays. Thank you,
Make memories
Christina.
yourself. Take the time to make some wonderful memories, because this year we could use some good ones.
Yes,
that's for sure.
you're right.
For
Thank you,
sure.
Christina. Send our love to Frank. We love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye. Oh,
She's the
guys,
best.
get out there and buy some cookies.
Buy the cookies. And listen, people
some
are
cookies.
commenting everywhere. You can see Frank was on the Today Show.
Yes.
So he was amazing on there. You can watch those clips. And I promise you, I would not support an organization that I haven't fully vetted. And
Yeah.
no, I'm telling you, the cookies are delicious. Frank and Christina and all of their volunteers are truly amazing. So
guys,
if you're
thank
looking
you
for
so
Christmas
much.
gifts.
Yes, if you're looking for Christmas gifts, get out, get some cookies, eat some delicious
And
cookies.
they're delish.
They are really delicious.
Jamie, I'm taking. No, you can have those. I have four more things at home.
I'm knocking everything over. I'm giving you your cookies back,
Okay,
but I'm
I'll
going to
I'll
save
take
this
them
one
home.
because I'm going to eat it. Just throwing it out
And
there.
then you're going to call me in an hour and say,
like,
oh my gosh.
I'm so sick.
Because I ate a carb.
Damn it. Damn it.
I know. Oh, okay.
So what else do we
Changing.
got?
So do you want to hear a funny story about what happened today?
I do.
So yesterday, Lena, my oldest,
Yes.
was like, you definitely need to wax your eyebrows before you get on this show. I was like, what? I look in the mirror, one eyebrow.
No.
I'm like, oh
you
my
have
God.
like a unibrow?
Oh, I've had a unibrow since the day I was
Like
born.
Frida Kahlo?
I mean, listen, it's like a mustache above my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I usually get it waxed.
Yeah.
Like pre-COVID. So now I'm not going anywhere. So now I have to wax myself. So I'm like, I forget. I'm about to walk out the door this morning. I'm like, oh my God, my eyebrows. So I quickly run into my bathroom. I'm like trying to warm up these stupid waxing strips. I'm like racing because I don't want to be late. I put it on. I rip off like too far in and like half of my eyebrow.
You ripped off half your eyebrow?
Yeah, I was like, thank God I wear
even
glasses.
notice.
Oh, because thank God I wear glasses. Imagine if I didn't. And imagine if Judah could zoom these cameras.
Oh.
I'm thankful he cannot. And I've never been more thankful for my glasses.
You are brave to wax your eyebrows. I don't even have a waxing strip. I could never. I would like.
Well,
rip
I'm sure
the whole-
not going into a place to get waxed and
I
have someone
know.
breathing in my face and COVID.
I would just kind of like maybe get my tweeze on or something. You know.
Do you know how long that would probably take?
I don't know.
I don't know. But glasses no one can see. So I am thankful for that today.
That's hilarious.
I know, okay, also something I wanted to complain about. Well, not
Yes.
complain about, but so Rotten Tomatoes. I use Rotten Tomatoes. Like before I'm going to invest in
Yes.
watching a movie that I've
Yes.
never really heard of, right?
Yes.
I go on there to see the score. If it has a bad score, I don't watch.
I don't understand how it works though. Isn't there like two sections of the Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes?
there's like the green blob,
Yeah.
which is like you're really bad.
Okay.
And the tomato is like
tomatoes
really
is good. Okay, the Rotten Tomato is really good.
No, I think
It's very confusing to me. It's just like Instacart. Okay, but go
back
on,
to
yes.
it's because you are stinky at Instacart.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, they put up the list of like the least favorite or the worst Christmas movies. Number 2 was Christmas with the Cranks. Christmas with the Cranks is one of the best Christmas movies. It's hysterical. I love it. So Rotten Tomatoes, boo on you. You are wrong. Although they did say the worst one was the Nutcracker. I do have to agree that is the very worst Christmas movie.
I actually have never seen either of those. I've never seen the Nutcracker.
What?
I've never seen
It's
Christmas
awful, so
with
don't
the Cranks.
Judah, have you seen Christmas with the Cranks? No. What is wrong with you people? That's like not seeing like Christmas Vacation.
And the first time, last year I watched, what's that movie? It's the very famous Christmas movie that all the kids like.
The Grinch?
About the train and there's the bell.
Oh, Polar Express. That's
Polar
so
Express.
great. I bet you cried the whole way through that.
I was very upset the whole way through. But last year was the first year because one of my friends, like, she was like, I cannot believe, like, it's unexcusable. So I like sat down and I watched the Polar Express.
You have to watch Christmas with the Cranks.
It's really funny.
And then give me your opinion.
Okay.
Next week.
Rotten Tomato. My
me your
favorite
Rotten
Christmas movie is Elf.
I love Elf.
I've watched it.
Who doesn't like Elf,
hundreds of
really?
times. I love when
If you don't like Elf, you're like,
I love when he goes to New York City and he finds, and it says the world's best cup of coffee.
oh, you're like, congratulations, you did it.
Because if you've ever been to New York, you know all these places have the crappiest coffee, and they all have that sign that says world's best cup of coffee, and they stare at him, and I was like, this is the best thing. I love that movie so much.
I like almost all. I like the Hallmark Christmas movies. I'm not gonna like downplay how good those are. And my poor husband is like, another, hot guy and some lady who happens to be on a business trip trying to save some company, fall in love and save the business again.
I know,
I'm like,
all so great.
That's exactly true, but it's not in Wyoming setting. They're in California. Like, same story, different location.
I do love, you're like, it's totally different. It's totally different.
People are asking, can you donate directly without cookies? Yes, you can. You can donate on their page. You can also donate on our Women Changing the World page. We have a button. Also, a great way to donate as you're doing online shopping. There's a thing called Amazon Smile. Mm-hmm. It costs you nothing. You sign up, and then they get a portion of what you purchase. So it's donating without you spending the money. Yeah. Amazon is then doing the donation.
So many ways to donate this season. You gotta, and try to support businesses and local. I mean, the holidays is all about giving back. I know. And what a good organization to give back to.
Do it.
I mean, so what I wanted to tell you is I came across this story. You've heard of a turducken, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
a turkey, chicken,
duck.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a new thing. It's called a pie cakin. And
it's a pie with a cake?
So what it is,
is
a 3-layer cake with 2 pies inside. The bottom layer...
What? I can't wait.
The bottom layer is a pecan pie.
Okay.
The center is a pumpkin pie.
Okay.
And the top is a layer cake. And a rich and silky cinnamon frosting runs throughout each layer of the entire...
How tall is this cake?
Like huge.
Can you make me one? Jamie, bake me one.
A pie cakin.
I want a pie cakin. Judah, would you eat a pie cakin? Of course he would. Yeah, probably. Well, it's better than whatever Jamie made us the other day on the show.
Literally anything could have been better. I should have just eaten the whole turducken and be like, you know what, I'm not eating meat, but let me just go for it because I'm starving. Like, I couldn't even. Poor Ryan, I posted a picture, and his face when he cut that open was and he's just eating it just in total disarray.
That's the funniest.
So let's give a shout out. I do, but let's give a shout out to our sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So special thank you to Denise Ramey, who's our favorite realtor. So if you're looking to sell your house, if you're looking to buy a house, check out Denise. Colonial Auto Center, of course. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle, if you're looking to service your vehicle, check out Colonial. Panera Bread. Kelly has her Panera tea.
And if you swing by, again, our Roundup money is going to Baking Memories for Kids. You can round up your change or any denomination
That's awesome.
you would like.
Panera Bread, it's really, really awesome because with their change program, you saw like a couple of months ago, they gave this amazing check to the UVA Children's Hospital. Like that program is really, really so amazing. So kudos to you guys.
Thanks.
As a local organization for doing that is amazing.
No, I mean, listen, it's the community.
It's awesome.
It's people in the community that are giving that are really the ones giving. We're just creating the vehicle and allowing them to give, whether that can do a dime or a quarter or $10.
And it all adds up, every cent.
I'm telling you, that adds
really
up.
does. And Picasso Swig, so
Yeah.
you know, my craft bar, we have a DIY craft bar, and we are doing all kinds of holiday crafts for the season, scarf making, blanket making, all the stuff. And from now till the end of the year, we have a code.
Promo code. I love a good promo code.
WOMEN, WOMEN. You're going to get 15% off your purchase, and then you're going to get a $10 gift card to shop again with us. So check out PicassoSwig.com with a K.
Do it. And I'm already 5 rows into my chunky blanket. I've only made like 7.
See?
But this is my first one of this year.
Yes.
Making.
I know. They're so awesome. And this weekend, so we did a little Picasso party. So Miss Rory, Kelly's daughter, turned
that was the
7. So we did a little party with her yesterday, all her and her friends, and they were amazing. On Zoom. They made marshmallow guns.
It was the funniest.
It was the funniest. Out of PVC pipe, they made marshmallow. Rory was shooting, quadruple marshmallows at the camera. Yeah. They loved it.
They made these cool ornaments. They decorated Santa hats. They played bingo. And it was like the funnest.
Yeah, kids love crafts.
And Jimmy, you can do those parties anywhere, right?
We can do it anywhere. We do it nationwide. So if you have a girls' night, if you have a birthday party or a virtual, just check out our website. They're really fun. And people think of virtual stuff. They're like, oh, it's school. It's so weird.
It wasn't. The kids loved it.
The kids danced. They sang Jingle Bells. They ate cupcakes. Everyone sang to Rory. It was really, really fun.
It was cute.
So also, what I also have, I have a pet of the week.
Your pet of the week.
I have my pet of the week.
Yeah,
Judah, can you put up a picture of Delilah?
You love Delilah.
I love Delilah. So I was talking to Kelly last week, and I was like, I was thinking about maybe adopting a pet for the holidays because they have
not fostering.
It's
very different.
So I have this. So they have this thing. It's called Paula Days at our local shelter, and you can take an animal out of the shelter for the holidays. And I was like, oh, that would be so nice.
Right.
So Ryan and I picked up Delilah. Do you have her on screen, Judah?
Yeah, she's on screen.
Delilah, she's so cute.
She is so cute.
She's so sweet. She is a blue tick hound. She's 9 years old. She has tons of energy. I realize,
when you say tons of energy, people think like puppy.
Oh no. She mostly sleeps a lot, but when she gets up, she cuddles.
So she's not just like laying down, but she's not running around.
Right. Okay. And I realize, it's so funny. Like they call her a senior dog, but we have a dog who's 13. Chloe's almost double her age. And that girl's still going strong. But Delilah is so sweet. And we gave her a bath, and she loved the warm water and the towels. Like, she's a great dog. So if you're looking to foster an animal, or if you want if you want more information about adopting Delilah, certainly you can reach out to us. You can reach out to the SPCA. And Paula Days is going to continue throughout the year.
Yeah. Oh, and we sponsored, Women Changing the World and Panera Bread sponsored the fake turkey trot for our local Humane Society. And the winner received a Panera gift card, and they're getting a 5-minute spot on our show. Yeah, so you will see them coming up. They're coming on for a 5-minute spot with their pet.
I can't wait.
So that should be fun. And then next week, I'm very excited about this guest.
Yes?
Yeah.
Who's next week?
So her name is Lisa. And go to her Facebook page. It's called Cody Speaks. Yeah. She has an older autistic son. They said he would never speak. He would never be able to do things. She does this kind of video diary of her and her family and Cody that kind of highlights the amazing things that he can do, but also shows some of the struggles they have as a family and him learning new things. It's very inspirational. I'm so excited to talk to her and hear about Cody.
Yeah. I watch the video. I watch the videos of all them all the time of Cody, and like just they're the cutest family.
They're inspirational to other people.
They really are. And like Cody's just learning all these things, and he's learning how to communicate, and he gets prizes and tokens for doing these amazing things. But it's so funny. So you have to watch their videos. They're really, really wonderful. So I'm excited to meet her.
No, me too. Yeah. I don't know her in person.
I know. But we're going to know her now, don't you? Because you know that we keep in touch with you all the time if you're a guest on this show. You know what I'm talking about, Jen Welter. You know. So many people on this show. Listen, I'm like, hey, girl. They're like, oh, Jamie, hi. Like, oh, hey, Jen, just wanted to watch some football with you. No big deal.
No, I said Jamie from I'm a Survivor Donkey Rescue. Jamie. And she's like, hey. And she I comment, she replies back. Like, we're getting so many best friends.
I know.
And no restraining orders.
I know. I know. I'm surprised I haven't had one yet. I really do
Especially
love
against Rabia.
I do love rabbia. I do love me some rabbia. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay.
So I have some funny tweets from you.
I can't.
For you, not
I was
from
like,
you.
I didn't.
Yeah, you were like, I don't sign up for Twitter. I don't have any tweets at all. This is a look back. I have some funny Thanksgiving tweets.
I can't wait.
So Dennis the Menace says, this is usually my favorite night of the entire year. And I'm sad that this is the first time in my adult life someone from high school doesn't try to hit on me in a bar the night before Thanksgiving. So true. Remember the night before Thanksgiving going out?
That was the best.
Very big
Like
party
everyone
night.
was back from college
Everyone was home from school. You were back in your neighborhood. You were like, this is the night. We stay out all night. And then you eat Thanksgiving dinner.
Then you'd be so hungover for Thanksgiving dinner.
I know. That was the best.
That was the best.
There's so many funny tweets. I can't choose one.
Just pick one.
Okay. Desi Jed said, just because I'm not having Thanksgiving dinner with family doesn't mean I'm not buying 4 pounds of butter right now. So true. So much butter.
Yeah, so much butter. What else you got?
Shayla Evans. Guys, I promise Thanksgiving sucks. Just stay home all day and drink. It's amazing, I swear. It's so true.
Okay, listen, do you know how many people traveled for Thanksgiving?
So many people. Guys.
Didn't they say stay home?
Oh, people can't stay home.
I don't understand.
I wish I could have
It's just
traveled.
a normal day with a turkey. Could have you not done Thanksgiving in June and then Christmas in July?
I know. I wish I could travel. I haven't seen my dad in so long. I wish that I could see him, but, I get nervous. I don't want to, God forbid,
No, I'm literally going back into full, lockdown.
I know. I don't know what's going to be. I heard vaccines this morning. They're going to move once they get that approval for...
they think the regular population are going to be able to get it by April.
So we got a couple more months, guys. Suba says, if I die of COVID right now, this is a little morbid, but if I die of COVID right after Thanksgiving, they're going to have to bury me in my eating coffin. So, dry humor.
Dry humor, for sure, so.
There's so many good. Alex Watt says, wish it was a normal Thanksgiving so I could impress my younger cousins by calling it something cool like tea giving. So true. You always want to, all your cousins are in town. You're like, so one Thanksgiving, I will never forget this.
Okay, what?
Dad, if you're watching, you will totally remember this. So my father and my now stepmom got remarried. Right. So my dad gets remarried, this is 100 years ago. And I was so excited because my stepmother, Marlene, has 2 boys, okay? And they're older than me. And I was like, and I'm an only child, so I was like, oh my God, I have these new stepbrothers. I was so excited. So I fly to New York. I was like, oh, I'm going to meet
How old are you?
Bros. I'm like, I don't know, how old am I now? I'm like, I was probably 25. I wasn't a kid. I was 25. And I'm like, I got these new stepbrothers. This is what's going to happen. We're going to play football and we're going to do shots at the kitchen table. And I was in my mind, I was so excited. So I waited. And I have these 2 little nieces who are now older, but 2 little nieces. I was like, I'm in it. I have this new thing. So I get to New York and I'm we're at the table and I'm waiting. And one of my stepbrothers is late. So I'm waiting. I was like, where is he? How could my stepbrother be late? So he finally comes and both of them get there and they're sitting, and so it's a big table. So they're on the other side and everyone's chatting and I was like, so, hi, how are you? What do you do for a living? And they were just not very interested in me at all. And I was like, do you like to play football? Could you want to go outside and throw? And they were like, no, and they were 50 at the time. My stepbrother. Oh, shut up. 45 and 50, and they were like, no. And I was like, do you want to do a shot? And they were like, no. My younger daughters are here, 10 years old. I was like, oh, you don't want to do all this? And my father, I just remember kicking, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I was like, step bros. That was in my mind.
I love that.
But they're so sweet. And now they're older, and I love them so much. And my nieces are now teenagers. Crazy.
So you can start taking shots with them.
That's weird to think about.
You can be like, ooh, cool, my nieces. Go to the bar and hang out.
That's right. Yeah, my
They're going to look at you and be like, you're old.
They're going to be like, ugh, God. He still uses a cell phone. So lame.
What are you doing this week?
What am I doing? I am just working at the store, trying to get everything ready for Christmas.
What are you asking for Christmas?
I'm asking for a new set of knives. I've realized in quarantine that I have very crappy knives. Okay. I have a butter knife, and I'm like, why doesn't it cut all my celery?
And you did leave your crappy can opener at my house.
I was wondering where that was.
Well, I threw it out.
Damn it! No,
it doesn't even cut. Okay, so you have the can, right? And you put the can up around, and it's supposed to cut around the edge.
Yeah.
Jamie's You put it on, you crank it twice, and then it starts to creep in. So when you're cutting the can on the top like this, it cuts a half circle on the very top. So you have to like cut a I was like, forget it, I'm throwing it out. I'll buy you like a $10
another. I was wondering where that went. I was like, Ryan said, where's the can opener? So I had to buy another one.
Well, it was not worth it.
Equally as crappy because you know I'm very cheap. So I bought one equally as crappy.
It was bad. Lena and Roy were like, I can't open this. I was like, it's Jamie's, throw it out.
Yeah, crappy can over, cheap as possible. But, so I'm asking for some nice knives. So
and a new can opener.
I know. I hope Ryan does it. I want really nice. So tell me in the comments what kind of knives you use.
Oh, what were those that people used to walk around and sell all the time? Those were sharp as shit.
I need those. Whatever those are, please put it in the comments or tell Ryan directly.
They were cut something. Cutco. I think it was Cutco knives.
I need some knives. And I want one of those cool sharpeners where I can be like, and I'm like chopping the vegetable, like, and then I have like
and Jamie will come back missing 3 fingers after the holiday break.
Yeah. It's very hard to cut celery with a butter knife. I'm not going to lie. But I'm not splurging yet because I'm too cheap. Literally, I'm not.
Ryan. We know you watch.
Yes. So what are you going to ask for? Are you going to ask for anything cool?
If I want something for myself, I usually just buy it.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's kind of boring. But I am asking for a new robe because the puppy wakes up in the middle of the night. It's starting to get very cold. And to like get out of bed and put back on the pants and the sweater and the boots and the stuff. I thought it'd be simpler to have like this huge puppy robe with a hood.
Great
I
idea.
can just throw on my slippers, throw that over whatever pajamas I have on, and then...
At least you can just let your dogs out, like, outside. You don't have to, like, physically put them on a leash and, like, walk them down.
Well, the big dogs are fine, but the little teeny one...
Rex.
He's
so cute.
He's like a very large gerbil.
Yes, he is. He's so cute, though. Kelly's puppy is amazing. He has these beautiful colors. He still gives kisses, and he has these, like, tiny little puppy teeth. He's so cute.
No, he's ridiculous.
And he crawls into his shark bed. Very, very cute.
It's a shark, and the shark's mouth is open, and that's how he gets into his bed.
And I'm like, where's Rex? And she's like, in his shark bed. Like, he, like, loves it. He's so cute.
Well, anyway, good. Well, I'm excited for next week.
Me too.
Maybe we can try to squeeze in a cooking and cocktail show, Jamie.
Fun. Maybe we can get Tristan to help us.
I think no, she is never coming on the show. She already canceled on us.
I know, but she can help us. Maybe she can do some cooking with us because it's later. Damn it.
Okay.
Well, guys, we hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes. Buy baking memories for kids. Cookies.
Yes. Buy some cookies so we don't eat them all.
Tune in next week.
Yes.
For Cody Speaks,
and we're gonna have a change in time for that one.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Change in time because she's in California. Yes. Mornings are a little bit more difficult for Lisa with Cody in the mornings. So our show will be live next Monday at 3.
Yes.
So tune in live at 3. And think Jamie won't ever be late because hopefully she'll be up and moving by 3.
I will be. It's like a perfect time for me. Yeah. And check out our website, guys. So womenchangingourworld.com. We have all of our shows on there. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Instagram.
Our Instagram is so sad.
Yeah. Like us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook and share our show. Like and share the show if you like it. So we can continue to keep bringing you these awesome guests.
Yes.
We're so excited. We got good ones coming up.
Well, happy Cyber Monday shopping. And we will catch you 3 o'clock next Monday.
Ciao.
Later.
Oh, we're out.
Those cookies are delicious.
They're so good.
I know.
They're really
I don't know.
delicious.
He won't give me the recipe.
I've
asked.
I could eat that whole box.
Right? I could too. Yeah. They are good.
That's my problem.
I know. Christina's the best.